Stagnation.
Champions.
Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome. We have the whole squad in the He's Out. Okay.
The village. The touch.
BK squad. The BK nation. The BK group. The elite squad.
Snipers.
Elite squad of non-coiner snipers. You know what I mean? Leading the current generation into the future with our new, what would you say, title, Bitcoin and Blessings.
Yes. Coming to you every 2 weeks.
Yes. Because Bitcoin is a blessing.
Blessing to all.
And the blessings are uncountable. So let's talk about how Bitcoin has been blessing the Black community.
Yeah.
Shall we?
It's a scarce conversation that we're letting the entire world see too.
Absolutely. Well, before we jump into it,
I will say, if you're not watching this right now, you are in black. Coming from Bidenomics.
Yeah. That's incredible. If you're watching this right now, you're in black. Damn. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I was gonna say something, but we cannot use that J word. We still cannot use the J word.
No.
The next thing you know, a bunch of people are going to show up in your house in the dark and poison you from outside your window. We have seen it happen before. Anyway, forget about that one. Let's talk to the BK squad. BK squad. Let's begin with RB. How are you doing today? How's everyone doing?
Amazing.
How's your soul doing?
Wonderful.
My soul is wonderful. It's joyful. It's grateful.
By the way, Roshana, we've been talking about you a lot on the show.
Are we?
As we talk about topics, we keep identifying a weakness in the community, which is the trauma that our people have gone through, and the importance of the soul healing. The Bible did say money is everything. Solomon said money is everything. Well, if money is everything, and the money and your finances are screwed, everybody's in the negative. Majority of people are in the negative. How do they heal? And we keep telling them we have RB for that. You gotta go check out the BK Crypto community website.
Which, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, if you have not seen it yet, you will come to find out this is some of the most incredible things that you will lay eyes upon. Okay.
Once you see it, it cannot be unseen.
You must understand a few things. On this show, we have called many people lazy. Okay, that's because the Holy Spirit moved me to call you people lazy.
Why is it the Holy Spirit?
On this show as well, we have told a lot of people that they are standing in the way of their own progress.
True that.
Okay, but you see, the type of people that, well, maybe let me not put you on the whole squad. Let me put you on myself. So when they come to cancel, they'll just cancel me and not everyone. The type of person that I would say I am, even though I call you lazy, is because I want you to become better. If I call you lazy today and you let me call you lazy tomorrow, you deserve to be called lazy. That's your fault. But what do we do to counter that? After we call you lazy, we go and set up a solution to resolve the problem that you are dealing with. Okay? And this is where the BK squad and ourselves have come together. By the way, if you have not yet checked out our website, stackfin.com, we have some interesting stuff over there. But we also teamed up with the BK squad to provide a cure to your laziness. No, I'm kidding. Okay. To provide education, okay, to help everyone get up to speed with this Bitcoin and crypto space that we are dealing with right now. I know that this is a bit of a segue, but if you haven't yet, please be sure to go onto our website here and check out the BK Crypto Coaching and Community Hub, where we have various services, beginning with a 15-minute introductory call. Right now, I know we're talking to Roshana about the 15-minute introductory call. Arby, can you tell the people a little bit of what that 15-minute call entails?
Sure. As we open the topic, Bitcoin and blessings, a sacred exchange, it's kind of like us exchanging understanding what the root is to some of your financial traumas. So when we have the 15-minute discussion, I kind of like to understand and hear where some of your blockages might be, where some of your soul traumas might lie, even some of your financials, right? Some of your behaviors, your patterns, even your relationships with money. And as I have those conversations, intuitively, I'm getting downloads, but also through my studies and as a financial counselor, I'm getting information that can actually give you guidance to elevate for some of those challenges that you're having. I think it's important that when we start really digging in, right, we talk about the sacred exchange, that sacred exchange, a lot of times it's within. And when we start digging into those issues, we realize that we are the solution, but we have to tap in. And so I like to go from the inner to the outer when I have my conversations and counseling sessions.
Absolutely. Love it. And of course, once you're in there, the very powerful information that you get is truly life transforming. I can attest to that myself.
Likewise here.
Furthermore, okay, as I mentioned, the Bitcoin, or rather the crypto space, is here, not going away. Most people are jumping into it now. Okay, I know a bunch of people that are diving headfirst into this space, getting rock pulled.
Uninformed,
Yes,
buying a bunch of altcoins.
exactly. Because, and we know that the scamming is rampant. So SEC is not doing their job. But as a community, this is the purpose of having a community, right? Providing solutions to ensure that everybody else is able to take advantage of the possibilities or the opportunities that are out there without incurring too much damage. So we have incurred the damage for you. We have gotten rock pulled. We have lost a lot of money. We have gone through a bunch of garbage so that you don't have to go through the same experience. You can look at it as cutting the line and getting right to a place where you can safely engage with the crypto space, learning how to send, receive, right? All those digital wallet things, blockchain activities. These are the things that
The community
we
provides
have.
for you.
Yes, our community provides for you. We have curated some very informative stuff which we can share with you. I'm in a group chat as well, so that you can join that group chat and
Ask questions.
continuously be on a safe path.
Yep.
Right. So I'll turn on to Sel. Sel, if you're there, can you tell us a little bit more about your 15-minute introductory coaching call for crypto?
So usually the 15-minute introductory, we get to kind of explain who we are, talk about what we do, and just relay to whomever that we are a community. And
Right.
I think the biggest part of being in this space is understanding that you have to be a part of some community to kind of traverse the space, because
Yeah.
there's so much knowledge to be gained. There's so much to be looked at. So it's like having all eyes across the entire crypto market, obviously with the focus on Bitcoin as well. But we just like to relay to people that, hey, if you want that guidance, if you want that support, if you want to feel like you have a home, this is where we are. There's some people that just want to nerd out on crypto, and that's what we do. I've been in a lot of places and spaces. Crypto is not a conversation that's going on all the time. Bitcoin is not a conversation that's going on all the time. And sometimes when you try to talk to people about it, they look at you like you've got four eyes. So our space is that safe space, and that's what we try to relay to them as they come in.
Absolutely. I think that it's so needed right now. So needed in the community. It's absolutely incredible. Of course, as you go in and out of these coins, right? Maybe you're just trying to generate some cash flow, right? To continue to build other investments and things like that. Maybe you're just trying to generate cash flow to pull yourself out of debt, whatever the case might be. It seems that the best way, rather, to do this would be to be informed, right, on when to get in and out of trades. So we also offer the crypto trading course, and of course, there's a cryptocurrency fundamentals as well, which I'm going to come to Kim and Dylan on that, just so we can just touch on that as well. But the trading course, Double O, Can you give the people a bit of a rundown of what goes on there?
Yeah, I mean, RB was kind of leading to this earlier. It is a scarred conversation to be held because not only do our community do not have the edge or knowledge of money
Mhm.
or finances, we also do not know how to manage or create money.
Of course.
And everybody keeps saying Warren Buffett is the richest man alive. Oh well, actually, it's no longer the richest man alive, but it's a smart guy, it's a smart investor. You guys want to know what Warren Buffett
I've
does?
always thought that guy was a scammer. Anyway, that,
You like to throw punches, don't you?
man, it is what it is. With his old ass, what is he gonna do?
Oh man, no, don't let me go there. Don't let me go there. But yeah, it is such a it's such a really major conversation that we need to have because we are behind on the knowledge of money.
Mhm.
So we follow those that have already created money that actually use that money to take advantage of us,
Right.
right? But then the secret is right there in front of us. The secret is literally you need to learn how to create money while you are sleeping.
Mm.
But then we started to figure that out during the COVID situation.
Right.
But they said, "Oh no, we're gonna shut you guys out of this. You don't need to do this." So they blocked us out. You guys remember that old GMC AMC situation?
Yeah.
Yep.
Blocked all those investments.
Mm-hmm.
Coinbase is kind of doing the same thing now, but it's not that bad yet. So we want to teach you. This is why you have a community, VK Crypto and Stack, where we teach you what the way Warren Buffett thinks. Warren Buffett is not just holding on to cash just to hold on to cash.
Mhm.
Cash is also a position. Your energy is also a position, which is what you learn when you take Arabic class, when you talk to Sel about why we're storing our value. But your value needs to grow. It's a seed. You need to plant it. So when is the best time to plant it? Markets have cycles. Have you ever been to a real market? When you go to the market, there's a time to buy apples and there's a time to buy orange. Not like what we have going on in America where you can hit apples all season long, but in a natural environment, right? Same thing with the market. It has cycles. There's the best time to make buys, the dollar cost average. There's the best time to sell.
Mm.
We teach you that. We teach you the mathematics behind it. We teach you the psychology behind it and the mindset behind it. So if you're interested in knowing that, so that you're not like most people saying, every time I buy something, the prices crashes. Come and join the
Right.
community. Come and take the
There's a
class.
science to that.
Absolutely incredible.
Learn the mathematics, mathing.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Now, before we go to church here, I know Dylan came. I see you guys there. He was patiently waiting to let the people know. What else can you tell us about the crypto uh, education that we provide?
Okay. Okay, I guess I'll go. Well, there's a variety of different aspects of education that we provide. There's, as you mentioned, an introductory 15-minute call for basic crypto, and then there's a 15-minute call for Rashona's financial, soul financial healing, and then there are classes that we hold a couple times a month on Saturday mornings. And then there's the trading. So, there's a little something for everybody. And then on top of that, there's our community, which people are welcome to join. And they would be, get firsthand knowledge at an ongoing basis, and we welcome people to join the community. So if they, reach out to BK Crypto Coach online, bkcryptocoach.com, you'll find everything that you need to join us in this journey towards crypto enlightenment. Okay.
Let's go.
I would like to have
Get it
this.
all.
Let's go.
Get it all.
Brother Dylan, bring us
Yes.
home before we change topic here.
Okay. Well, also to add on to what Kim said, we also give you the vision on how to look at these coins, especially the risk, especially altcoins, and just ways on how to understand the market and to look at things like supply, market cap, and things of that nature. So again, we have an entire plethora of stuff from risk, from high risk to like low risk. So we cover the entire spectrum.
This man said, "How do you want to die today?" It's incredible.
Yeah, it's a good
But,
choice.
you know, right. No,
I
listen.
have to say though,
Yeah.
what Dylan and Kimberly has been doing in the group has been so wonderful because we've had, members of the group that say, "Hey, I got this email or I got this link," and before they click on it, we're like, wait a second, that is a major attack. They're about to steal your entire wallet."
Yeah,
We've
that's
Yeah.
helped people recover their money from their wallets
Yeah.
because they misplaced their wallet. So there's actual real value to being part of this community.
Yeah.
yeah.
I
I
mean,
would say that's the big part of this, guys.
Oh, sorry.
Is to be able to again talk about all of these aspects, especially the security aspect, right? I know Dylan gets calls from Coinbase all the time, and he pretty much answers and says, "Hello, Coinbase." But
Yeah.
the average person won't know that. The average person won't know that fake MetaMask email that's coming across to say, "Hey, give me we have to check your wallet. There's something going on. Give me your keys." The average person won't know that, and that's the beauty of being in a community like this.
Yeah.
Is we put eyes on everything, and we kind of help to guide folks to understand the security aspects of this, because that's the biggest part. That is the huge part. That's the biggest part. Nobody wants to lose their coins.
And to your point, if I could just chime in with this, just the topic today, when we talk about Bitcoin and blessings as a sacred exchange. Stacks, you guys are international, right? And you're seeing the world in different eyes. And the passion that Shay has, and you as well, Kenny, with Bitcoin, there is something phenomenal that is happening. I think most people don't understand it because society and the public downs it to make scarcity. But can you talk to us and the people of how Bitcoin is going to be the savior, how it's going to be sacred exchange for changing our lives? Can you just dig deeper into that? Because we are looking for that savior. Inflation is killing us. It's a global affair.
Yes.
And this is why you've come to church. This is why you've come to Bitcoin and blessings.
Yes. That's a really good question. That's a really good question. I thought you would never ask. Let me talk to these people real quick. It is very simple. I think that if you're trying to figure out why we're talking about Bitcoin and investing in crypto and protecting your wealth, right? The answer sits in your bank account. The answer sits in the quality of your life right now. The answer sits in the change that you have experienced between 2019 and now. Let me give you guys a personal story, okay? Before the lockdown situation, I spend my time working my ass off. And like most people, I have these aspirations that, hey, one day I'd like to be able to buy a house, right? I'd like to be able to, maybe move my parent in temporarily, right? If they need it. But the thing is, I'll be able to do things that will improve my quality of life from the money that I have worked and saved. Then we fast forward a little bit past lockdowns. A small group of people decide that we're going to print a bunch of money, and we're going to, by doing this, they're going to now take away the value that you have worked for. So now let's say we skip forward to 2023 and I want to buy a house now. Even after I may have been saving, I can no longer afford the same house that I was able to afford just 3 years ago. My time has been stolen, and my value that I have worked hard for has been stolen. This is not something that I take lightly. It is interesting because most of the time you talk to people about Bitcoin, and they'll say, no, but the price is always moving, it's going down, it's going down. I find it very interesting that people always use the word down. Bitcoin is going down, but we're saying something is down, but it has started from less than a cent and is now $60-something thousand. What is your definition of down?
Down.
Okay. At the same time, I just really explained to you all that my life, my time, and my value was stolen without me or without the people who stole it even approaching me. That is insane. It is the same way that these people showed up on the African continent and they're stealing the resources and they're stealing the lives of the people who are there because they cannot take full advantage of the resources that it is naturally available to them in their own environment to go and trade with the rest of the world. Why is it then that another group of people need to be able to carry on with their life as they see fit, come and take your own resources from you, destroy your community, enslave your community, and then we're all supposed to just sit around and act like, well, it's the government, it's all good. What are you doing about it? But if you're not doing anything about it because you don't think that you can win, then that's the point. You have been defeated. You are back to slavery.
It's a different type of slavery today.
Yes.
Debt slave. We all debt
Right.
slaves.
So when I think of Bitcoin and when I speak of Bitcoin, I am saying that I am tired of going back and forth with people who are acting like they respect you or one day. I mean, how long have black people been asking for reparation? When do you think that's going to be showing up?
This
It's
year.
not. Okay. So at some point in time, if we want to be respected as black people, we have to begin by taking back control of our own value. And that's when you take back control of your value, you're indicating that you're respecting yourself. You respect your value, you respect your time.
Respect yourself.
Right? So I don't know. If people in this society do not think that is something that is serious, worth really zeroing in on significant, like with everything that they have,
all your might.
And at the same time, because there's multiple things that are going on here, right? At the same time, our generation, those of us living right now, okay, we are at the forefront of what is a changing economy. If you look around the world, the dollar is no longer the reserve currency. Some shit is coming at you that you've never seen before. That's facts. Okay.
Facts.
Behind me, you see behind me?
So exactly, right? And I will tell you right now, it is not BlackRock's job to protect you.
It's not the government's job.
It's not the government's job either.
Yeah.
You see? So everyone can do what they choose to do. You can go and continue to use fiat and just go blindly in a system that you don't even understand how it's working. But you're complaining about gas prices rising. You're crying on TikTok about you cannot even afford your rent. Stop embarrassing yourself. You have to literally take it a bit more serious than that and educate yourself on why this thing is serious. To be in a position where we have money that automatically integrates the whole world while reducing emissions, while being fully decentralized, however people want to put it on a scale of whatever. I'm not here to, when I talk about Bitcoin, it's not really an intellect battlefield because some people act like it's a dick swinging contest, especially on X, right? It is not. It is literally freedom. The same thing that we've all been complaining about, and it is right in our faces, and everybody wants to look at it and take their time. I don't have that time. I'm sorry. I have a vision. Listen, in this lifetime, in this very lifetime we're living in, I intend to see the African economy operating with its own power, uninfluenced by West or whatever colonial group that there is. And we find ourselves in a very unique place where we can actually make that happen. This is why Burkina Faso, Mali, all of these guys have been able to kick out the French and they have not done anything back because now we have options. Okay. Before you could not, if you exit your bank account, you have no way to transact with someone because you must go through the financial system, right?
SWIFT system,
right
BIS
now,
system.
we have the ability to operate outside of that with anyone in the world. I don't think people understand the magnitude of why this is important.
You don't have to lift
They
up no.
they do. And I think you explained it to the depth, not only from the inner vision, but the outer vision, which makes the whole. And being where you're from and seeing both perspectives is powerful. And so, Kenny, I ask you the same, being that you are as well international, and seeing this time in our life that we actually have something that actually can hedge against inflation, that actually can, you just came back from Nigeria a couple of months ago in December, you talked about it. So how is, Bitcoin this blessing for us as a community? What can you share with the people so they can really resonate it with their souls? This is happening now, not later.
I kept saying that it's a conversation. I love today's topic. It's that scar conversation that we need to have. And I usually say, if it's snowing in Ohio or Indiana, it's eventually going to snow in Maryland or DC. It's just a matter of hours. Same thing here with the globe. Same thing with global cycles. The weather flows, it goes in the cycle, right? If you travel in the ocean, that's actually a better time to travel on the ocean so that you can ride the waves. If you're flying in an aircraft, the same thing. The same thing happens with your finances. What we're telling you is that what is happening in third world countries, what is happening in Africa, what is happening in Nigeria, is not peculiar to them. It's actually slowly happening to Americans. They just don't see it yet. They're just way too distracted.
Yep.
If I
This is
go
true.
to the bank and the bank says I cannot withdraw my dollars because they don't have it, it's the same thing with me going to the bank here and the bank saying, why do I need to withdraw my money out of the bank? Or saying that they need somebody's approval to withdraw over $5,000 of the money that I worked for.
Correct.
It's really no different, guys.
It's no
And-
different to many. Well, I was just going to say it's no different to many technologies because Americans have and I'm American, okay? Americans have a habit of thinking that everything starts in America, and the reality is that it doesn't. Something as simple as the concept of the Metro card, which they're taking out of New York, but I remember being in France, I believe, in like 1990, and they had basically a Metro card, okay? And I was like, oh, this is really convenient. This is really, it was at least 10 years before they introduced that into New York. So I'm just like, even something like that. And I was like, God, this is really great. Like, you no longer have all these coins around to ride the subway. You know what I mean? So, it's just, there's so many technologies that
You know why that is? It's because of the lobbies and the legacy system, which goes to my second point, is that America has the advantage of having pioneered the industrial revolution. Unfortunately, that same advantage becomes a disadvantage because it becomes legacy eventually. But the owners and the enterprises that control the legacy systems are the one brainwashing you and giving you false information that this new technology that could or would replace them
Correct.
is here.
Right.
So
With
when
the
I
1%.
talk of Africa and I talk of America, Africans have the opportunity because they're still getting uploaded into the legacy system. They could literally skip that old system and jump into the blockchain and the Bitcoin space. Whereas America still has to transition out of the legacy system, but the systems or the people that own the system do not want you out. And it's the reason why a lot of people still don't get Bitcoin.
Well, also because the media has consistently told them, no, Bitcoin is bad. You don't want to go into that space, blah, 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 blah. And as we know, even companies like Chase have been buying Bitcoin since 2013. So it's just like, come on, people, and the reality is that they don't publicize that, while Chase, the head of Chase was saying, oh, Bitcoin is bad, they were buying Bitcoin. So I'm just like, come on, people, you guys got to dig. And that's the problem. People just acquire information at the surface. They don't dig and do their own due diligence to find out, okay, what's really going on here. You have to ask yourself, why is this asset, how on earth has this asset grown from pennies under a cent to $61,000, $73,000 in value? What's going on? It's like, so Bitcoin was actually, it was 2017 for me when I entered the space, and Bitcoin, it had gone from, I don't know, $900 that year up until around 13 or so $1,000. And I was just like,
About that.
or 20 something thousand, just under $20,000, I believe. And I was just like, wait a minute, what in the world is going on here? I need to do some research and figure out what's going on. And I encourage you guys, I encourage anybody watching this stream right now, please go do some research. I mean, if you can come to BK Crypto, join us, we're here for you to help educate you. But beyond that, go to sites like Coin Bureau on YouTube. They have a wealth of information. Go there, like just to get your knowledge base. And I'm just passionate about this because even yesterday I was speaking with a friend, and he's very well off, and he's just like, nah, I'm not, nope. And I'm just like, oh, I've been trying to get him for years to at least do some research. His thing is, I don't understand it, And so, you know what? Maybe one of you guys can explain it as if you're relating it to the same, because we know that even our current money is nothing more than, than letters and numbers and whatnot on a computer program, basically. So explain it, because that's the same thing that Bitcoin is. But the difference is that Bitcoin is not controlled by any one entity, government, organization. Share with the people why they should at least research what Bitcoin is.
Yeah, this is why we're doing Bitcoin and blessings, because we're trying to bless people with this information, literally. And we should not be going to Bitcoin summits to do this. We should be going to the community to do this.
But guys, I'll say this much, right? That I think we need to understand also that power is never just given up. People who win power are never going to give it up. It's taken. They're not going to keep the power, right? It's never just given up. We have to take it.
Yeah.
I think all those
the same thing as your rights.
You don't.
You lose them, you don't get them back. And if you want it back, you have to go take it.
And that's what's been happening over the years, right? Ever really since the first, since the attack, the 2001 attacks, is slowly but surely we're giving our rights away.
Yep.
There's always some excuse that comes up as to why we need to give our rights away.
Do y'all want to know?
Just the other day, what did we get? A passing in the House of Representatives for banning TikTok, like
overnight.
So
this is crazy.
Okay, so can I say something? Thank you for bringing it up. So I was going to ask a question. We talk about sacred exchange. We talked about value, right? So what is the sacred exchange that we're actually getting by being in America, right? In any of the countries that we're living in, right? And then you brought up TikTok and you talk about ban. So here's the truth. And I was listening to EYSL, Earn Your Leisure, yesterday. He brought up to that point. I don't even want to curse, excuse me.
Come on, man.
You should definitely curse. You should definitely curse.
We gotta see CRB curse. Come on, give it to us. I'm so excited.
We're being so off. We're being so off right now that even that statement that Answer just brought about being banned, they can't ban us. Let me break it down. The psychology of how we're getting lost. TikTok, worth $6 billion, and America wants TikTok to sell it to some countries, right? But you just talked about control. See, we're as humans, as people, we are the entity that rules governments, right? We are control of the teachers. They work for us. However, in America, and I don't know, I'm not talking about other countries, it's been switched that we are less than, that corporations are more important than us, than the people, right? So now you're thinking TikTok, because all their fooleries got you thinking of all their plans, this is real. Think about this. So TikTok, $16 billion. They want to sell it and ban it because they're claiming that they have all that information.
Google
Who has all the information? Facebook has more information.
Exactly.
Apple, Google, Facebook
Everybody.
have information. But here's what happens with America. They are bullies. So if they see another country business controlling, what they're going to do? They're going to infiltrate and knock it down. People wake up.
Yes.
There's no sacred exchange. You're the value.
Yes. And you are absolutely right, because guess what? On all of these social media platforms, it's our content that's giving
our data.
The value.
Yo.
It's a decentralized much, right, guys? That
Prison would say.
Years, right? 20 years plus, we give Facebook free information, free data for 20 years. And he took that same data around and package it into certain products and give it right back to us.
And what's the new name? Metaverse, right? They repackaged it. And free. So it got you thinking. And even when it came to Zuckerberg, didn't at one point the government went after him? Right? No,
didn't let him release the stable coin.
I think it was you, 007. You put in the group the wealth transfer, the wealth
matrix.
Remind me.
Yeah.
It was
I just
a
posted.
video,
Yeah, this is another value that you get from the group, by the way. That was
right? The
that's
wealth
it was a
truth.
well-created content that tells you about the wealth transfer and where
There you
all the
go,
wealth is
right?
in America.
And where we really are. And then so that had me now go to the next video, which talked about the wealth transfer in 2023. And no one really realizes that there's no middle class. Like we are a third world country. When you look at the
Yeah.
statistics about who owns who's the 1%, you're looking at the wealth transfer of being about 60% of that 1%. And literally under the curve is the poor and the middle class. There's no production anymore. So at one point in the video, it showed that we were a manufacturing company and we were at a wealthiest time in the 1950s, right? Even Black families, right? And then what happened? So you had the manufacturing, and then you had the finance. So the manufacturing might have been at 40%, and I think the finance was at 11%. This is why I keep telling people, watch, this is a business. They create problems to create a solution. So now I'm
Make money
watching the
off of it.
video, right? I'm watching a video, and now because production, as we talked about, right? Globalization, remember that? Globalization, we're moving globally, open the world, India, right? Now what happens at production? It goes down. So what happens to financialization? And Answer's going to go into that real good because he breaks that down. So now we're in a financialization country. And what does that mean?
It's a company.
Right.
Technically.
So if we're in finance, that means everything that deals with banks, investing, secular, speculative,
Goes through their hands.
right? And that means that they're going to control it so they can get the majority of the wealth transfer. This is all made up. Think about how much financial literacy has been a big thing. Think about where banking now left banking. Now you have financing, you have trading, I can go on, but just start to really pay attention. And who gets bailed out? The corporations, the banks, the AIGs, the Lehman Brothers.
Talking of bailouts, right? I was gonna say 2008 financial crash, wealth transfer to the banks, major.
Same thing.
I watched the movie
COVID,
yesterday, actually.
wealth transfer,
Wealth transfer, exactly.
major. But they come out here and they say, "Oh, quantitative easing is the best thing that was ever created. It ensures that the economy keeps moving on." And I'm like, "Say what? To who?"
Look at all the currencies in the world and how they've collapsed. And this is being done purposely, right? Because when you have inflation, when you keep printing dollars, putting things on the balance sheet, it devalues the currency. But what they're also doing is trying to devalue the debt.
$1.2 trillion.
Yes.
$1.2 trillion just a few days ago.
Exactly. And when you start to look at how they've orchestrated this thing in terms of devaluing currency, what happens? Everybody goes towards assets. That is why the majority of owners of pretty much average homes, the owners of average homes in this country, it's not regular people, average Joes, it's venture capitalists. It's venture capitalists. So when you start to see these things, you start to see these assets flying off the table. What do young people do, right? As we talked about earlier, the GameStop situation, that's the perfect example. Because if I'm a young person and I can't afford a home, my parents lived the American dream, but what is there for me when my currency and my purchasing power is constantly being devalued? Let me get in this GameStop with everybody else and we're going to make this thing run. But unfortunately, with the GameStop situation, Wall Street comes in. Wall Street comes in and says, enough is enough. Finish playing games. We're going to pause you guys. Make sure our people get the money.
Meanwhile, SEC is like, I am protecting.
I have protected the average investor. Exactly. That's where, when we talk about Bitcoin, that's the difference. They can't come in and stop this. Now, Coinbase may try when Bitcoin is high volatility, people are moving to buy. They can say, oh, yeah, we're going to stop these people from buying and get our insiders, our institutions. Hey, go have at it. But there are so many places where we can get Bitcoin from everywhere. And the one last thing I'll say, I heard Raoul Pal say this. Bitcoin is the only homogeneous asset, global asset. That means there's a person in a rural village in Japan, China, Africa, US, St. Martin, wherever. It's the same asset, right? And all they need is this to buy it.
Yep. It's not wrapped Bitcoin. It's
No.
not
Exactly.
Bitcoin E.
Right.
It's not whatever they want to eat. Bitcoin ETF.
Exactly.
Kenny, question. Let me ask you a question. How long has Bitcoin been around? How many years?
2000 after the 2008 financial
2009.
crash,
Yeah, how many
2009.
years? That's
15
about
years
what,
now.
15 years, right? About
15
14
sir.
years.
Yeah.
It's been around for almost 15 years, people.
Yeah.
15 years.
Only 15 years.
And when does
Dude, I mean,
and when
that's
does
15
currency
years is a
change
long
every
time.
75
It's
to
a long
100 years,
time.
like
15
him?
years. I mean,
What'd you
15
say?
years
I
is a
can't
long
hear.
time.
That the currency usually changes
World
within
Reserve.
75 to
Yes.
100 years,
Every
Yes,
100
World
years.
Reserve.
Yeah.
right? So if
Yeah.
we're talking about inflation and we're talking about printing dollars, again, why is Bitcoin so amazing?
Timing is right because of it's time for this current currency to start
It has
exiting.
its monetary policy.
100
But
years
also,
already.
as it
21 million.
pertains
Limited
to,
supply.
it can't be printed.
Can't be
Exactly.
printed. 21 million is 21 million. That's it. And just let me say this, because people love to say, well, what if somebody comes like BlackRock and says, hey, we're gonna fork Bitcoin, and or decides to say we want more Bitcoin, and they put more Bitcoin on the blockchain. Guess what? That's already been done. It's called Bitcoin BSV. It's called Bitcoin
BCH,
Cash.
yeah,
BCH.
let's
It's already been done. But the beauty of this,
BCG.
the
All
beauty of
goes
this
on.
is
You know what
this is a free market.
Doge.
The free market decides where they want to put their dollars to, and they've always
Yes.
chosen the route we're on right now, which is Bitcoin.
Yeah, man.
You know what I say to people that come up with this hypothetical ideas of how Bitcoin can be hacked. I think the best thing I tell them is, like, especially, there's two types. There's people who are asking about it because they're trying to learn, and then there are people who are more so telling you that this is something that can happen. What if this happens? And well, what if that happens? And they're doing this looking for a reason not to trust Bitcoin. And so usually what I'll tell people like that is, if you think that's what you're saying is relevant, then you should probably go and do it yourself. You should go and attack it. You should go and try to, carry out this thing that you're trying to carry out. Because I think that at the end of the day, it seems to me that most people in society do not appreciate the magnitude of what we are looking at.
No,
They do not even begin to,
to
I
grasp.
don't think they can even begin to fathom
Mhm.
how insane it is that we are living in a time where there is this asset that is not controlled by anyone, no CEO. So this means that it is out there for anyone to do anything to it, right? China does not seem like a fan of Bitcoin. They should have hacked it and taken it out. Why haven't they?
Mhm.
Why hasn't Russia done it? Why hasn't the US done it?
With all the money
With
they can
all the
print to blow
smart-
people up.
Right, with all the smart people that they have in, whether it's the CIA and everything else like
all
that.
the smart people
right?
are Russians and
Hang
Chinese.
on, let me finish. So you have an incredible amount of mental power
Mhm.
sitting there against something that is open for everybody. And it's like, come at me, right?
Mhm.
Take me out, hack me. You can go check the code for yourself, right? And I think that that's what is so powerful about it. And it has been 15 years, 99% uptime. Not even Amazon or Microsoft has that sort of performance record on the system.
Very true.
So the longer we are going, okay, and really, I really encourage people to hack Bitcoin. Go for it. Because we need to know. Because every time, and there's been a crap ton of things that have happened to it, every time that they try to take down this thing and they fail at it, it is only proving its strength. Right? It's like you come up with something and you're trying to deploy and you have to do some testing to break it. I would like to see someone break Bitcoin. Because if you break it, then now we know that, hey, maybe this is not a thing. Let's keep working at it. All right. That's what I'm saying.
We're out of UAT. We're in production.
Yes. So that's something that I think is worth thinking about, right? As anyone who's trying to get into the space, 99% uptime, it's just unheard of. So it's absolutely incredible. I know we're running out of time here, but any final thoughts? We'll let RB close us out with the final thoughts for today.
I just feel like we're just aligned. Because I was going to say we should bring this to church, right? Ending with something positive. So thank you, my brother. Bitcoin, blessings, sacred exchange. You are the solution. It's time for you to dig in into your pot, fill yourself up, empower, educate with community, with love, with support. But the only thing that is evolving is change. The only thing that's constant is change. So in this beautiful time of elevation, we ask you to pay it forward to yourself, to build a legacy and generational wealth that you desire, that you are valued. Touch base with Bitcoin and say hello, because life is changing whether you like it or not. Follow us on our social medias. We are here to support Stack and BK Crypto, whether it's for financial soul healing, coaching, whether it's trading, whether it's just to elevate yourself with a community that is moving forward with your mission, because the time is now. You are the reparation. Thank you.
Incredible.
Well said. Beautiful.
Love to see it.
Say no more.
Hit them snappers. Amazing. Thank you for that, RB. That was a beautiful way to end this one here. You know, ladies and gentlemen, if you have not subscribed yet to the channel, please go ahead and do that. Like the video, share it with your friends and family, okay, and all of that good stuff there. Until next time, thank you for hanging out with us on this stream. Okay, let us know in the comments, by the way, if you're interested in anything that you want to know more about. Just drop it in the comments, and we're probably going to create some content around it to respond to that. Okay, it could be crypto, it could be financial soul healing. If you don't know how you can heal your soul, maybe you're unsure if you have trauma. I can tell you right now that you do. And as well as
Sure.
if you just
The inflation is enough trauma. Talk less.
yeah,
about.
exactly. Trust me, man. There's no way you've been paying all of these prices and you think that everything is fine. Okay. All right. Well, listen, until next time, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for hanging out with us. This has been amazing. Okay. Stay sharp, keep learning. Brazen out.
Buffalo out.
Are you guys gonna say goodbye to the people, or y'all just
Goodbye,
gonna stand
people.
there?
You can
We
crypto.
were doing gestures. We were doing gestures.
Just give them a salute.
Incredible. All right. All right.